Burbank House of Hobbies sells Umbros now.
Yeah, Pegasus seems to have a full
Brooker's
rack of them.
Military hobbies too.
They do?
Yeah. Also online, if you go online, there's a whole Umbro thing online you can get.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they kind of
Oh,
made
yeah.
a comeback.
I tried the acrylics. I can't get a handle on them. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Umbro and the oils is fine.
It's a different technique.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the first highlight is going to be Flesh Tint and the June Brillant and a little titanium white. And the mix, you want the mix to tend more towards the pink than towards the yellow.
Otherwise it looked like he had jaundice.
Yeah. So I'm going to hit the top of the head. Oops, that's a little bright. At the top of the head, since Mr. Caesar had a receding hairline. The eyebrows are above the eyebrows, above the eye sockets. This is still very broad details at this stage. Top of the nose, the wings of the nose. That muscle that starts from the corner of the eye and goes down to the side of the mouth. The outside areas of the cheekbones. Sometimes when I'm not sure where the shadows and highlights should go, I'll hold the figure under the light and move it back and forth and see the highlights and where the shadows recede. It's a handy tool.
Oh.
Did he write anything? Let's see. Did he write anything on that?
No.
Notes? Keep that one in.
Oh, thanks.
I see what it is about the kabuki appearance.
I'll pass this.
The
I'll pass
blending
the.
changes that.
I'll pass this around before I take the
Sorry
paint
about
off,
that.
so you can see exactly where I've placed it. And I'm gonna take it all off now, as much as I can get off.
I think it was interesting because on one side your deep shadow, you'd taken most of it off. The other side, it was still pretty blotchy. You hadn't taken it off as much there.
Now this is a different clean brush than the one I used to take off the first shadow color.
How did you originally fight the urge to clean the brush?
Sometimes I didn't, and with
Yeah, pulls it right.
surprising results.
Sometimes you do without thinking.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll dip the brush into my coffee cup.
That's a little extra flavor to the cup.
Yeah. Lead.
Can you add to that Mediterranean skin tone?
Yeah, the olive skin color, yeah. That's more south, yeah.
That book that they mentioned with the flesh colors, they have a recipe for olive tone flesh.
Do you remember what colors they used?
No, I can't. They have a lot of different ethnic colors. It's amazing. Skin tones for Indians, Asians. Just hair colors. There's a section on hair color.
Like I say, for this technique, the undercoat determines a lot of
Yeah.
the final shade.
Did you apply the undercoat in the same fashion as what you're applying this? I mean, you've got a number of different colors or tints here that you've used in the undercoat.
No, it's just I just mix them together into a single
Mix them
shade
together
and,
into
and
a single
paint the
color,
whole
okay.
thing.
That was my question.
Okay, so that's highlight and shadow color. We're just going to take straight flesh tint and paint everything that isn't highlight and shadow.
Everything in between.
Right. This is a really, really thin paint.
Do you thin it down? Or is it
No.
Straight out the tube, right?
Straight out of the
Yeah.
tube.
It's like Carson, you thinned him down. I don't know how he did it, but he had great effects.
It's pretty thin already. I mean,
Yeah.
it's practically transparent.
Yeah. Replace the oil. Yeah. So it kind of
But
made
I think he'd like to use the base coat of the acrylics more.
We're lucky to have him on video.
Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
This is Dibbles. It's missing me.
That was his birthday. Just jumped in. I missed that.
Who'd you put on this motherfucker? Maybe something more on something. Steve.
Yes.
This one's Bob's gonna keep it. I'll try to. I hear he's a pen stealer.
I'm undressed unless I have that in my pocket. It comes out of my pocket in the bathroom, it goes in the counter. When I get dressed in the morning, it goes right in my pocket. Must be a handy piece of writing material all the time.
Put your hand up.
so that's straight flush tint.
These paints, I guess, I guess they gotta be acrylics, metallics and stuff like that, that will work on the resins in
Mr.
case
Kohler.
everybody. Excuse me?
Mr. Kohler from
Oh,
Guernsey.
Mr. Cole, okay.
Yeah.
Their metallics are lacquer.
They're acrylic
synthetic.
lacquer.
Yeah, they're fake lacquer.
They're very sturdy.
Yeah, they are. They're nice.
I like them because, like, for using on plastic, the stuff from Testors.
New brush?
It's awfully delicate. I mean, if you touch it,
New
you can.
brushing?
No, this is the one that I removed the highlight color with.
How do you thin and clean that, Mr. Cole?
Cleaned. A bit rusty. So I can fill the ways to use the Mr. Guernsey thinner.
I got this printer sinks that came out with full canisters, you know, the plastic ones. They came out, and there's about that much. This was, I got 15 years. Still got much to shoot for too.
Is that eventually going on a bust, or is that just an individual head?
It belongs to a bust.
Is that one bust?
A company called Adamola
Mm-hmm.
produced this bust. They're subsequently out of business.
It's another thing the Russians are pirating, the 200 millimeter busts. Yeah.
Randy, is that a third blending brush for your medium tone?
No, I'm just using the one I used for the highlights. I just don't want to use the one I used for the shadows because there's bound to be a little speck of Mars brown in there that's going to make a mess of the whole thing. Right now I'm just taking off the flesh tint.
When do you start blending the colors together? After you block them all in, when do you start?
The very next step.
All right.
That's the fun part.
Yeah. That's when it finally stops looking like a 5-year-old painted it.
Yeah, it all comes.
Paint by numbers.
Backstage makeup.
I'll send this around before I blend it.